of the prominent laws of the universe. It's the one law that everybody's always talking about. Everyone's always talking about the law of attraction and how when you focus on it, you get it. When you ask, you receive it, and all the above. Everyone's always talking about that. Well, the fact is that is true to some degree, to an extent. So when you know the law of attraction is always working for you right now, the question you want to ask yourself is, actually there's three questions I have for you today. Is how do I feel? Because how you feel is what you're receiving back to you. Think about that. What do I expect to happen? What are your expectations when you are using the law of attraction? And what am I doing to create it? Whatever it is you're wanting, whatever it is you're focusing on. Because if you don't have a solid intention on what you want to create, I mean an actual intention of what you want, what the outcome is, what the end result is. You don't have to fill in the blanks in the middle. The universe will do that for you because the universe has the pathway to know how to get what you want. Now, take in mind, everything that we're doing every day, guys, is what we're creating. We've all created the life we are living right now. We're all creating this life that maybe we're not happy with. Maybe we're not content with the life we have. Maybe, just maybe, we're saying, you know what, I really messed up somewhere. Maybe I forgot to pay that bill, or I spent the money on something else. Or maybe it was, well, I should have took that action step to invest in that, or whatever it is for you. We all have a different scenario or what we're working on. So, but you're creating your life every day in every area. So what happens is something goes wrong, right? We get going down our path and we got some great times and everything's going fabulous and we're just out there cruising along, living the happy life. And then it comes back and smacks us in the tushy because you know what? We didn't act when we were supposed to. We didn't take the necessary steps to ensure our future was going to be where we wanted it to be. You know, we can't rely on just floating through life. You can't rely on, the government to constantly give you money. And you can't rely on, the different things to happen that way because you know what? I know a lot of you out there were in different countries and everything, but the whole thing is the money thing is dead. The corporation is dead. Hi. The Corporation of America is dead, and a lot of other corporations have already transferred over to the gold standard. So keep in mind as you're doing your law of attraction and you're doing your manifestations, and you're saying, okay, why isn't this working for me? Why is this not happening for me? Well, the universe, God, will give you different areas or different roads that you need to take in order to bring that to you. So if you're not taking the steps that are given to you as you go along, now granted, I can definitely relate to sometimes you don't see the steps as being a step. This has happened to all of us. You're going through, you're cruising through life, and you're in a good place, right? You have a good spot and everything's flowing. You got some money, you got your bills paid, everything's done. You're just floating through time. So then the money kind of runs out, or things aren't going the way you think they should go, and it's just not giving you enough revenue back. A lot of this is for home business owners because I know you guys struggle from time to time, because I do too. But I learned a long time ago to use the laws of the universe to work for me, not against me. And the universe does not want the laws to work against you. We do that to ourselves. We do that to ourselves because we tend to make excuses for why we don't have what we want. We tend to make excuses for why things aren't flowing the way we want them to. Those excuses will get you down a rabbit hole so fast that it's just crazy how that works. And it just drives me nuts when that happens. So I always try to keep myself out of that area. And when I see an opportunity or something come my way that I know for a fact is part of my inspiration on what my intention is, what my outcome is, I learned a long time ago, I mean, years and years and years ago, that it may not seem like it's going to help me now, but when I look at it and I say, okay, I asked the universe for this. or that, whatever it was. This could be a step that's going to take me to my end result, which was having that, which was, for me, when I was working on that, was financial freedom. And it's not a question of giving money to people, because that does not help people at all. But it's a question of you growing your income, growing your business, growing your prosperity to where you are in a place of having freedom. Okay? You don't have to worry about everybody else in the family or everybody else around you, because a lot of people will just, they will distance themselves from you because they will think you're better than them when you're not. You've just used the universal laws that everyone has available. So ask yourself, am I waiting for a bailout from the government or from, society or from everything else before I can let this happen for me? Am I waiting for someone to give me something to make this happen for me? And that it is whatever you're asking for and whatever you're striving for, because you're always manifesting, you're always creating, but you have to be in alignment to what it is you want. So I'm going to ask you this question, and a lot of you I'm going to get feedback on this, and it's not going to be happy, but that's okay, because this is a learning video. When you're asking and you expect to have what you want come to you, and you're taking the steps and you're going through it, but if when you start out and you're saying, okay, you know what, I want this, I want, financial freedom, I want my business to be going great, I want everything else to just come along. My hair is bugging me today, guys, sorry. But if you're doing that and then 1 minute you say, okay, everything was working great, and all of a sudden, boom, it's not working now. As soon as you say it's not working now, or as soon as you put out that emotion and that feeling, boom, everything stops right there. It stops. So everything you worked on to get what you wanted to come to you stops. You have to start over again. Start over, set your intention, write it down, get in the mindset of no matter what, this will come to me in divine time by divine right. And keep in mind, the universe's time is not our time. Our time was created by man. Man created our time based on the lunar cycle of the moon and the sun. So man created our time. The universe did not create your time, nor my time or anybody else's time. So that's why a lot of things happen for me when it's not in my time frame. I could ask for something and I may not get it, maybe a year, maybe 6 months. It could be a week. That's a good one. Sometimes it's 5 years. And I'll notice something that showed up. I'll be like, that, and I'll go back through my journals and I'll look and I'll say, oh my gosh, I asked for this then. But then I realized I was not in alignment to what it was. So I had to be in alignment in order for it to come. And when I was in alignment, boom, there it came. So keep in mind, everything works on the universe's time, not on our time. But don't blame anyone else for the situations that you get into, because we all create our own situations in life. We all create everything for ourselves. And as we do that, we can look at them as life lessons. I always look at everything, even failures especially. I often say, and I've heard other people say this too, is I failed my way to success. I failed my way to prosperity. I failed my way to freedom. I failed my way to living my life the way I wanted to. So when I look at it that way, I look at every failure as a gift from God. I failed at this and it taught me a lesson. One of the first things it taught me in that lesson was don't do that again. That system does not work for you. Don't go down that road again. So I learned that the lessons, each one that comes out, I say, oh, okay, now I've got it. Now I know what I'm doing. And I'll just keep focusing on what else can I do to create this life? What else can I do to get out of this rut that I'm in? We all get in a rut. It's normal. It happens. Just don't put it to heart and say it's only me. This only happens to me. It's just so bad. I'm just so frustrated. It doesn't happen just to you. It happens to all of us. All of us have this ability to make changes in our lives and to grow and to prosper. So as you're doing this and you're asking yourselves, the law of attraction is working for me now. What am I creating? What am I doing? How do I feel? What do I expect to happen? That's a big one. And what am I doing to create it? Ask yourself these three questions. There's just three. When you can ask yourself, honestly answer them, you're going to find where you're at in your mindset, and you're going to find where you're at in your motivation. And not just that, you're going to find where you're at in believing in yourself. Three questions. So simple. You can do this. I look forward to hearing back from you, and I want to hear your successes and your failures, because every failure is a lesson and a stepping stone to create the best life ever.